I always felt kind of off. Today I probably can call it depressed. Couldn't really talk about it with anybody because they didn't want to hear it. They were too busy in their own lives. School started and then I acted out a little bit here and there, trying to attract attention. Finally started getting some, but unfortunately it was of the negative type. It started me in a journey of patterns, and that pattern was, okay, I'm feeling ignored. I know how to get some attention from my family, and I would go act out, get in trouble or whatever. I found drugs and I found alcohol. I drank. I remember the first really big drunk I had, and I felt wonderful. And I felt like I fit in. I felt like, man, I just found a solution to something that I've been looking for a while. I can call it, I was self-medicating then. Still get in trouble every once in a while because I needed to fulfill that reaction from my family. Joined the Army in 1976, and so then I had a whole different kind of world that I had to kind of fit in, and that was actually kind of easy because I could play that game. It was an easy game for me to play. But in that time, I was always up and down, up and down. I'd be depressed. I wouldn't feel that depressed. Or sometimes it would just be kind of a balance. Came back to the world and started to try to do whatever. Joined the reserves because I kind of missed that military part. And then worked. But by this time, my drinking and my drugging started to get worse and worse. Somewhere in there, it flopped from where it was kind of using it to kind of keep me balanced. It flopped to the point where it started to control my life. I just couldn't figure it out. It was like, why is my life kind of like up and down, up and down? And why do I keep feeling like I feel sometimes? Why do my relationships kind of end up in the same ending? I could remember quitting. I'm not going to drink anymore. I'm not going to do any more drugs. But I would always end up doing it again. And then I couldn't understand that. And then all of a sudden I started feeling like that compounded my depression, because now I'm thinking, God, I'm failing here. I mean, why can't I kind of be like more normal people for whatever normal is, but why is my life always affected? So 5 drunk drivings later, living under a bridge, justifying how nice it was, the freedom I had, not realizing that it really wasn't that freeing. Thought about suicide especially toward the end, on a real regular basis. Glad the light bulb came on. My 35th birthday. I asked the question to myself, it was like, is this where you want to be at 35, Mark? And I said no. And that was the day I started my journey in recovery. I went and talked to some people that suggested that I go to a meeting, and I did. And I didn't stop. I think for me, the most important part of my recovery is that I'm still learning. Because once I realized what was wrong, I was able to at least attempt to fix it. I did not know how to make good choices, because my choices were drink and drug. Sometimes I'd become very depressed because I did not know what I was feeling, even though I was feeling feelings, because I never really felt feelings. So I've been in recovery for 20 years. And the only reason I think I've made it this far is because of the people I know, the friends that I have that are my friends today. You know, my journey in recovery never ends. We learn to live with it. It's amazing what can happen.